What's up, guys? Welcome back. This is one of my first league races. Actually, this is my first league race, not one of. This is my first league race. It was a Discord I found off of SimGrid, and I was practicing quite a bit for this one, but this is their first race. It's America's Racing League, ARL, and oh my goodness, guys, this was a crazy, crazy race. Just absolute chaos. Absolute chaos. Yeah, this first lap here, I do make a mistake right here, actually. I go right into the back of him. Thankfully, didn't cause too much trouble. And I didn't crash anybody, really, other than that guy. But what really is going to be crazy is what's coming up. And I'm just going to let it play here. You'll see kind of the chaos that's about to happen. It's already happening as he's going off on the right there. But watch this here, up in this upcoming corner. Crash there. I don't know where to go. I'm going to the right. Oh my goodness. Guy left, guy right. Bump into him just a touch. But oh my, how do I not get more damage there as I check my damage? Only 8 seconds. Only 8 seconds. And somehow we've managed to escape, which is really, I have no words. I don't know how. And it's not over. We got this guy over to my right coming from behind, and then look at this turn. Left, right. All of a sudden, guy in the middle. Dodge to the right, guy off to the left. It was just the craziest first lap I have ever seen. And I haven't been racing that long, so I haven't seen a whole lot. But I think we qualified in 30th, and we're definitely getting some positions here. And more carnage, more chaos. You can see left. Look at the guy off to the left. Just running over the bump. And guy on my left now. And I'm just praying I just don't hit somebody. And it just was a crazy first lap. The problem that I was having was, yeah, I made it through. In this league, the way it works is it's split into kind of three different categories, and so it's pros, as you see. More chaos. Another guy going off on the left-hand side. But it's split into three categories where it goes pros, silvers, and then amateurs. And I'm in the amateur one, as I've only been sim racing for about a year. And this is like, I've only been on ACC for like a month as I'm trying to make a move down. And another person going off to the right there as I'm trying to make a move. Don't quite pull it off, I think. But yeah, I'm in the amateur division, and I qualified, I think, 6th or 7th in that amateur class. And at this point, I'm thinking, you know, I really could be in first after all that craziness with how many positions I moved up. It depends on where the amateurs kind of went. But you'll notice that as we start to come up here is what ends up happening for me that I've noticed in looking back at these races is I start to like feel when people are behind me. And I think it's just one of the things that I just kind of have to race more and get used to. But because I made up all of those positions at the start, you can see I'm in 21st, and I'm pretty sure I qualified in 30th. I feel like the heat and the pressure from the people behind me. And I know that with that big crash and making up so many places, that what's going to end up happening is there's going to now be faster people that should have been up ahead are now behind me. And so I do know that a little bit, but it's hard to know. I don't know. This is our first race. I don't really know who I'm racing against. So I don't really know if this guy behind me is in the silver bracket or the pro bracket, or if he is one of the amateurs. And so I'm just kind of hoping that he's actually one of the faster ones. And so you can see here, I make probably my only mistake of the race, which is good. But because I'm so worried about someone behind me in my rear view mirror, I'm so worried that they're there that I end up making a mistake that I don't need to make a mistake. I just let them, one person instead of five. All of a sudden, it's like, oh man, like, why did I just do that? Like, why am I letting someone behind me? If he is faster, he's gonna make a move. That's okay. And so I make just a costly mistake, and it shouldn't have happened. It just shouldn't have happened. And so I caught up to that same group. A lot of this group in front of me is the one that I just crashed and let by, and I was trying to make a move down the inside there, and it just didn't work out. I don't think I was actually going to go for it, but I was just trying to make some sort of, just kind of let them know, like, hey, I'm here, and I'm close, and I am going to make a move at some point. But again, here's my problem. I looking ahead, and I'm racing well, making some moves, and then all of a sudden you'll see in my rear view mirror, oh my goodness, I didn't even realize he was there. And then all of a sudden I'm thinking to myself again, okay, don't mess up. And I'm just like, I struggle. I just struggle when there's a presence behind me and I can feel him. And that last corner, I get a bad exit, and then now all of a sudden he's coming up beside me. And I'm just hoping again that he's not in the amateur bracket. He's in the silver or the pro. And so he makes a really good move down the inside here. I try and keep it on the outside to kind of make some sort of comeback, but I just don't have the speed coming out of that corner. And then, I let him by. And at this point, I'm just thinking, please just be in the silver bracket and pass these guys in front of me, because I was close to those two in front of him. Bravo and Dotton, and Dotton will tango with a little bit more later on in the race, but we're on lap 7, and so I'm just thinking, okay, I just let Penny by. Let me just keep up with him, and hopefully he can overtake the guys in front of him. And that's kind of the next lap. That's kind of actually what happens here is we go through this series of corners here, and Penny makes a move going in the inside, which is what we wanted, and so we're just trying to hopefully make a move with him. And so I actually didn't realize that this guy was a back marker as well. So I go over to the right, Bravo's braking, and he misses his brake point, completely goes off. Again, more chaos. And then you can see behind me too, not only did he go off, he actually pushed the other guy behind him off, thinking that I was going to crash into him. And so it leaves me a lot of space now so I can breathe, finally. And so that's kind of the theme in this race, at least for me, and sort of something to work on for the future is now that there's no one behind me, I can just solely focus on the people in front of me. And when I'm focusing on only the people in front of me, it's a big help for me. I mean, I feel like I'm just trying to catch up with them and just kind of be a presence, more of being timid and afraid. And so Penny was quick, and he goes for a move here, leaving kind of Dotton, pushing Dotton back to me, basically. And which was good. That's kind of what I was hoping for and what I wanted. I did actually know that Dotton was in our amateur class because I think he qualified either 2 or 3 above me. I just remember seeing his name for some reason, and his was one of the names that kind of stuck out. I don't know why, but I did know that he was in my amateur class, so now I kind of have something to chase. No one behind me again, and Penny actually does give him back a little bit to me. We were kind of matching the same pace. I was doing like 138s. Low 138s to, I think I had maybe one high 37 in there, but mostly 38s was kind of my race pace, and Dotton was kind of around there as well. So he must have survived the carnage after lap 1. And so at this point, just trying to keep up and hopefully maybe make a move on Dotton. And just something to work on for sure. So we're on lap 10. I'm going to fast forward here in a second as I'm lapping roughly that 138s. And so we're going to fast forward, And the next lap, I think it was the same lap, lap 11, or roughly on the same lap. We're actually going to get a gift here. Going into this final corner, Dotun kind of goes wide, and I'm able to kind of take advantage of it and go down the inside. And yeah, he's still struggling for grip after he went off onto the grass. And yeah, we're just kind of able to go through, and we're pretty happy with that, because like I said, I know that he's one of the amateurs, and it's got to be between, like, you know, somewhat close to me and him, if not one of the other amateurs made it through. But at this point I don't know, so and that's what I'm thinking in my mind is, okay, like, let's just keep in front of Dotun and not, you know, make mistakes. But here we go again, same theme. Now all of a sudden he's not in front of me, he's behind me. And so I see him in my rearview mirror coming down, and he swerves a little bit out of the way, and I just notice it. And so I'm not focusing on what's ahead of me, I'm focusing on what's behind. So I go a little deep here. And at this point I'm thinking, you know, he's probably not going to make a move. He's not that close. So I'm just going to go off, take my normal racing line. And then all of a sudden he gets the space, goes down the inside, makes a beautiful move, keeps it nice and controlled, and I make another mistake, and he gets the move done. And it's frustrating to, you know, watch this back and see, like, if I just need to just focus on my braking points, focus on the racing line. I'm trying to make another move down the inside, but I just know it's too risky, and he gets the move done. And at this point, you know, we're 35 minutes in, and I am starting to think about a pit stop, but I don't want to waste time either. So I want to give it, you know, another push here to see, okay, can I keep up with them? And maybe, you know, there's an opportunity for me to sort of overtake him after he just overtook me. And so I am going to give this another lap here. But you'll notice in the next lap, I believe it was the next lap, as we're going to see here in just a second. Yeah, the next lap, you see he's starting to kind of get away from me. And not only that, I'm starting to feel my tires kind of, you know, start to just kind of wiggle out, just because I think I was pushing so hard at the beginning, because I was trying to keep the guys that were quicker behind. And so I was pushing them, because I don't struggle with the tires later. But I definitely am feeling I'm making some mistakes here. Kind of go over the corner just a little bit too much there, you know, make a wobble. And at this point I'm thinking, okay, I don't want to fight with him because I don't want to waste time. I'm also feeling my tires start to go. So why don't we just go for the undercut? Pit now, go for the undercut, and see, hopefully maybe we can, you know, pass him through the pits and get this done. And if we don't, hopefully come out in roughly the same spot, so that way at least I have a chance on fresher tires to get a better overtake done. And I have no idea if this is going to work, but that was kind of my thinking of why I'm stopping a little bit earlier, because I was gonna just go until the gas run out and then take the pits basically. And so now what I'm hoping for is I'm just praying that I get some clean air, and I'm praying that I get some space where there's nobody in my mirrors and I can just race and consistently just do the lap times that are consistent and that I know I can do. And so I'm hoping, and I'm kind of noticing now that, okay, they're starting to go through, and I'm praying that the number 12 car and I are, as you can see on the track map, are somewhat close. And I actually didn't realize he was a back marker until I exited the pits, which ended up working out in my favor. And he actually is going to be nice and just let me go, which was exactly what I needed. So you'll notice that there's really no one behind me for a while after I pass this back marker. And so I have some space now to really just consistently go through some of the lap times. And that's exactly what I needed. And I had no idea if it would work like that, but I just I took a chance, took a gamble, and it definitely worked. And so this is the same lap here. We're gonna get, finished through this lap, and we're gonna see. You'll see in the bottom left Dotton's name. He actually came into the pits, and our undercut is actually gonna work. I don't know if he had some traffic or if he kind of ran wide or had a bad lap, but he's in the pits, and we're gonna pass him, which was exactly what we wanted to see. And not only are we gonna pass him, we're actually gonna have 4.5 seconds on him, which I'm ecstatic. I mean, I'm ecstatic. This is so good for me, because not only do I have to not battle with him, I know that there's not going to be a lot of people in front of me that are going to slow me down, so I can just lap consistently. And so I have this back marker to kind of worry about. But again, these back markers they're getting out of the way for me. I mean, they're getting out of the way, and I'm able to consistently get some lap times in. And I think this lap I didn't have the greatest, but I know that, like, as long as I have clean space in front of me and nobody in my mirrors, I'm going to be just fine. And that's exactly what happens. And so we kind of get through that back bunker there. And so now we're going to fast forward. We're just trying to, just passing back markers. At this point too, I do have the second place and the third place guy kind of coming up as well. I just know that they're behind me, so just trying to be consistent. Try to lap good times, and just trying to keep in front of Dotton. And you'll notice too that what ended up really helping me out was actually those 1, 2, and 3 guys, because I'm pretty sure they had to slow down, and that probably allowed. And you'll see Dotton's name is not anywhere close, as we're going to pass this back marker here again, giving us some plenty of space and allowing us to kind of get through. And the 1, 2 guys definitely helped me too, because they probably slowed up Dotton and any other guys that were behind him as well. So we are going to have to let them through too, but at the same time, that's just kind of how it works. And so, but I can be the decision maker of that, And so now we're going to fast forward to lap 25, and like I said, this race was crazy. So I don't know if you can see it. There was those that dust off to the right there, but all of a sudden, we were kind of 20th, then we went down to 18th, and now we're in 17th, and yeah, just chaos. But we'll take the position. And so now we're coming up to some back markers again. We have 3, 4, and 5 behind me, and so yeah, I'm getting a blue flag myself. This is just, again, chaos. This is a back marker I know I have to take, and then look at this. How I don't hit him and how he doesn't hit 3 and 4 is beyond me. It's just this race, man. I have no idea what was happening during this race, and I'm still like kind of blown away. I'm like, what just happened? And so I'm gonna make a mistake here, and I should have just like slowed down and let 3 and 4 go, but I brake a little bit too early and then make these guys go wide, because they're trying to obviously race each other, and I'm in 17th and they're 3, 4, and then I'm slowing them down, and then all of a sudden here we go again, off to the left. I'm just like, what is happening? But yeah, eventually we say sorry, like, oh my goodness, sorry. But we're gonna stay off to the right, let them pass, and then tuck right behind them. And just craziness. Just this race was crazy. Thankfully that was kind of the final end of that craziness, and we don't have anything too crazy after that. Just, again, didn't have anybody in front, anybody behind. Was able to consistently lap, and you'll see. I mean, I guess that is crazy, but it is the final lap, so that guy goes crazy wide, cuts the corner there, but no harm done to any cars or me. And so yeah, we're gonna come from 30th to 17th, which for me is I'll take that. I'll definitely take that. So I didn't know who I was racing really. I'm in the amateur group, like I said, and so I'm hoping I was up there. You'll see me kind of rush, you know, to kind of park it and check the standings. And yeah, so I'm looking at the amateur, and we finish in third. It's a podium, and I'll definitely take that. I'll definitely take that. You can see Dotton's in fifth. He actually got passed by that fourth place guy there. And so yeah, third place podium, guys. Well, we're gonna take that. We're gonna take that all day. 17th overall. Crazy race. Crazy race. But thanks so much for checking the video out. I'll try and get these league races up and running for you. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it.